Hi, hello. Hi, hello. And today I'm going to talk about erotic change. Okay? Erotic change, that is going to be today's topic. And I will discuss, of course, about adult photo shoots, adult preparations for the photo shoots, what happens during the photo shoots, and erotic change. That's exactly what happens during the photo shoot. What that means is that people come in one vibration, again, performing adult games, scenarios, and dressing in front of the camera. They're experiencing change, change which is not visible, but it is recordable on camera and on film. It is recordable in the way that we can see the change in energy, change in performance, change in the confidence, change in the looks, change in the state, change in everywhere, right? And that is why we are doing this, to create that change, to make this happen. Clients who come to have an erotic photo shoot, they want to experience change in their body, right? Through the energy and through the vibration. And me as a photographer, it is my goal. It is my goal to make them feel something different, you see? And make that change happen during that session. And well, I'm saying about erotic photography and erotic photo shoot and about the change. It is very, very obvious at the start how people look, and after, when the photo shoot happen, they look different. They have a different energy, they have a different vibration, they have a different feeling about themselves. And that is why what I'm saying is that the change happened within them. Okay? And what I mean is within them, we actually cannot evaluate or measure that change, you see, because the change happens mentally and physically, right? What can measure is that the camera can measure. The camera, every camera which is a professional DSLR, they have lenses. You see the way lenses are created, and the lenses were started to be created before we even had cameras. Okay, the lenses were created when we were looking at the sky, right? And we were checking, the stars. Okay, then the lenses were created for the microscopes, right? To check all the microorganisms and bacteria and other stuff, right? To molecular level, right? And only then those lenses were applied in the photography and used for these gadgets, you see. So the lenses in general, they bend the light, and also they create magnetic field. Okay, that's how they can bend the light. Okay, what's happening with the changes in human body? Okay, the human body changes happens in electric field, which creates your mind, and in your heart, the way you feel about yourself, and that is in a magnetic field. So everything is connected, you see. And when you create a seriously artistic presentation for yourself and for your client, the change is inevitable. People who will come to erotic photo shoot and they understand that they are going to experiment and push the boundaries and do something they've never tried before, they are experiencing certain vibrations. Okay, and that vibration, it's not the same like you going to do your nails. It's not the same like you going to have a cup of coffee or buy groceries. The vibration when you go to have an erotic photo shoot is different. It's different to other services that you go for. People people feel, you see, when it's the first time, especially photo shoot, you never done this before, people feel a negative vibration, but the same excitement they feel. And the negative vibration is embodied in your body. Negative vibration is locked in you. You even don't know this. This is very unconscious situation. It happened to you when you grow up many times. There was something about your naked body. Someone commented. Someone said something when you're growing up. Someone said something when you're kissing or making love or was in love first time and it was heartbreaking or something. These negative emotions accumulated in your body and they're sitting there. They're just sitting there and you don't know. You see, when you come to erotic photo shoot and when there is a time you need to undress, okay, and then you need to perform, okay, and then you need to show your private parts, and then you need to reveal all your imperfections, and you need to understand that you are coming with all your inhibitions and you are going to do some kind of like a fantasy situation when it just been in your mind and you are absolutely even, you know how to say, stiff and embarrassed even to say this. When people are doing erotic photo shoots and planning this, not everyone is even telling what they're planning to do. They scared. They try to jump in loops, you know, like I would kind of assume what they want to shoot. And when they telling something, sometimes it's not what they want, okay, or not exactly what they want. It happened to me many times. You see, you think that adults can use their words to express. When it comes to adult services, especially erotic photo shoot, especially when it comes down to them express what they would like to shoot, they just a secret now, okay? It's a secret. It's a situation when Julia is guessing. Julia is seriously guessing and dragging out word after the word. And even though we're having some kind of in superficial conversation, okay, most of the time they still are not telling me the truth. They are not being open. They are scared. They get used to hold on, hold back, and stay quiet and keep some things, you know, to themselves. And when you are shooting erotic content and you are preparing for erotic photo shoot, you see, I want to know everything what will happen. I don't want any surprises. When you're booking, for example, an event for yourself, and that is going to be, let's say, a big party, and you ordering your food and you ordering your drinks, would you be quiet and secret about stuff, you know? And then that supplier or that person who's cooking food has to just figure it out half of the dishes, you know? You just kind of don't say even in what is in the menu. I just want to have a party and I just want to have some food. And then it is so hard to realize who is who, what kind of the food they like, what will be the spices, what will be the drinks, what tools they will use, what should I do with this? I want to have some food and how much it costs. What food? How many people to eat? What is in the menu? What are you ordering? That's the situation when I'm booking. I'm like shooting in with the blinds. When people are booking erotic photo shoot, they assume that I know. They assume that everyone is the same like them and it's the same exactly situation. And if I would shoot, you see, limited shoots, I would have a certain limited things. And yes, they would get fish and chips if they order fish and chips. If they, you know, if they order steak, they will get steak. But you see, I'm creating unlimited photo shoots. And when it comes to unlimited photo shoot, that's why they come. That's why they book in the first place, because they want unlimited photo shoots. They want to push the boundaries. They want to explore. They want to experience something, you know, unusual, unknown, something where they, you know, never tried anything before. They want me to make them do those things. But when they are booking, they're being quiet, you know? They're being quiet about this. So we have a tongue and we have a certain language. And for the erotica, this language It's very limited, okay? And everyone use porn. This is the first thing. Sorry, corn. Corn. Everyone refers to corn. So I want it like this I've seen in corn. I want to be like, I want to feel like a model in corn. When they're booking an erotic photo shoot, you see they have a certain vision, a certain understanding of themselves. They know their own limitations of what they can do and what they cannot do, and they want to perform unlimited things. The problem when they're booking is they're not telling me, you see everything. They're not telling me, you know? So adults are embarrassed even to say what they want. They're embarrassed. They assume that I know, you know, and that is the honesty. That's the first thing what is lacking between me and my clients is the honesty. They are being dishonest, and not because they want to lie. You know, it's not because they want to lie. They get used to being quiet about many things, not expressing their needs, not saying their wants, or saying kind of in general, like I said, I want to book some food, how much it costs. And then I'm trying to talk to them, saying like, excuse me, what kind of a dishes you like, what kind of the, you know, spices, seasoning we will use, right? What kind is going to be meat or fish, or, you know, seafood or vegetables, or you know, maybe you have some allergies. And then they, you know, they confuse and being quiet because they never spoken in this language. It's for them already a revelation just to go and talk about it. Is it possible to talk about my fantasies? When you see, when people watching me here, especially on social media, they think that I want to go with everyone and discuss many things privately. But in the reality, I can tell you, I am dedicating this time to discuss about erotic photo shoots and how people feel booking erotic photo shoots, how they act. What are the issues with them? Why they're experiencing this way? And of course, I can tell you that it's like, it's not that I'm tired to talk about this. I am recording these videos to put on my website so that they would know that that's how they act, so that they would be different and they would change. When they are booking erotic photo shoot, there are so many adults who behave like children. And I will be that, you know, head teacher or supervisor, and I would just decide for them, and I would do certain things and I would advise. You see, and I can, but there is a openness and there is a request coming from them, and very often I feel that this is a hidden request, that there is something more. There is always something more, and they don't want to tell me. They can't, because something inside stopping them. They've been punished before, they've been judged before, they've been embarrassed for this before. They're feeling absolutely shy even to say something in adult, you know, request something and talk about their needs. You see, and I very often feel when I ask this question, how far you want to come, how far you want to go, and how you want to come. These are two questions that I ask, you know, and I don't get many answers to share. They don't know that going in erotica or performing erotica, there is a certain path that we can go to. And then when they say, when I'm asked how far, they would say all the way, all the way. So I know that people would like to have an unlimited shoot. There are a lot of couples who would like to try things what happening in corn, you see, and they want to be filmed and they want to feel this way and they want to get that excitement. But when it comes to saying and expressing, that's the limitation. So the making a booking is the first limitation what happened between me and my clients. because I am happy to receive an intake form and make them, the booking make them easy, right? But during the conversation, during on the phone, right? When I have this conversation and I speak, I can feel how they stumble, how they being quiet, how it is embarrassing for them, you know? And we are adults supposed to get rid of this feeling, being embarrassed, being ashamed, feeling shy, talking about intimacy. You see? That's the whole point in erotica, to actually get rid of this negative emotion. Because negative emotion or unpleasant vibration is something what stops you during erotic photo shoot. Yesterday I was talking about erotic freedom. And erotic freedom happens when you cross that bridge. Erotic freedom happens when people don't care, you see? How many here in the studio shooting? They just want to perform, be themselves, be with the partner the way they want to be. That's when it happens. And at the start, everyone is kind of, holding back, feeling shy. And at the start, they are overthinking. Shall we do this? Shall we not do this? Or how we will do this? Shall we do this and that? That we will not do. And then you know, that's a creative process which becomes cut and limited, because adulthood and adult intimacy, it's a very how to say, impulsive and creative part. It's a creative part in your life. And when we come to relationship, we understand that this part has been lost, just just removed. We are very much creative at the beginning when we have this energy and vibration, and when there is unknown, factor of unknown, so that we are very eager to find out and know more about each other. And then that time when we are using, that kind of energy and understanding that we are vibrating in this unknown, it ends, because finally we satisfy and it becomes quite known, quite cozy, quite familiar, and quite the same. Quite the same. But erotica is not about, being the same. It's about being constantly hungry and vibrating in this unknown. And the reason why is because we want to stay young. That unknown, that being, uh, inquisitive, that being excited. It's about being young. When you know everything, of course you become wise, right? But who are wise people? We know, associate straight away. Wise people are never young in their vibration. So what adults want, they look, they in their photo shoot, they want to look young and they want to look perfect. You see, it's so funny. And the perfectionism comes from social media situation, social media situation, because that's what brings us the standards. And making art and making erotica is not about being perfect at all. Actually, it's an opposite, imperfection. That's where you make art. In that imperfection, you find that vibration and you find that eros, because you are brave to show your imperfection, because you are confident with your imperfection. And when you are confident in that vibration, then you are sexy. That's how it goes. You are not sexy in any other vibration, especially when you are in a negative vibe. You are not sexy. If people feel pity, sorry for you. If you are in pain, or you are anxious, or you're complaining, or you are this, and what happens during erotic photo shoot, everyone knows their own situation. So what they do is They start vibrate negatively. Okay, this is bad about me. This is, something wrong with me, or something wrong with my partner, or that's what happened, and this is what I don't want to see, and this is what we need somehow to remove from the picture, and this and that, and it's so, so hard to take a good picture of me. I'm not photogenic. That's the first thing what people say. They already don't like themselves. And photographer is there to break that perception, what already been created by someone else, actually. Because they've been born, they've been perfect. They've been perfect. You see, when they are babies, they never thought that they aren't perfect. When they are children, what children do? Children develop and grow. And how they grow? They grow in a creative mode. There is no other way they can grow. Somehow adults forget this creativity and start doing different things what society expects, from them. And adult creativity lies in Eros energy. And people, when they are creative, yesterday I was explaining, they are in their vibe, they are in their zone, they are in their element, they're feeling the best, and then they are likable. They're likable, and you don't have to be undressed so that someone will fancy you. That's the Eros energy. It's not about shaking your bum and shaking your boobs. It's about the energy that you can translate about yourself. That is your information. That is your matchmaker. That is your code. And that's how you attract other people. And that's how you represent yourself through Eros energy, because adults have this vibration in their body. It's already included, it's designed in you, it's a part of you, you know? It's a part of you. And people are not using that part. No, it's like intuition. They believe that there is a smell because you can smell. They believe that there is a sound because you can hear. They believe that there is a vision because they can see. There is a touch, right? But when it comes to another sense, which is intuition, there are a lot of people who are, skeptic about this. What is that intuition? What does it do? Mm? What does it do? Right? So Eros energy started from the moment we were born. It been encoded to you. You was born because of the Eros energy. Let's start from that. This is the very beginning. Without it, you would not even made it. That's what making you. This is the huge force. This is the biggest force that people have in their disposition, and they don't know how to switch it to the point. And it's also controllable. You can switch it on and switch it off. And that's what we're doing. We're practicing here in my studio. When not only switch it on and switch it off and keep it on hold while we're changing, or I'm, switching the lights, or if they can't, hold on, then they can continue, whatever. But escalate it. You see, escalate it to a certain level the way they can. Because what they will see is in the erotic photo shoot, they will feel what they're creating. You see, they will feel and they will see and they will understand what's happening inside them during that process. And then they will see how it happened. And I am going from the point when the pictures and the photography of what they're doing is non-sexy, okay, just some shots. Then we're going into a certain energy which is invisible. And for couples, I can tell you, for couples, it's not only a smell, right? But it's for couples when they create this together, right? And they're properly having make love scene, like losing themselves. Okay, it's a thick atmosphere. It just changes everything. So how You see, when people are saying, I am okay by myself, or some saying people like, you stay till you fix yourself and be alone, right? It is not possible. You are not possible to go into a certain height, into that certain energy by yourself. You have to have someone next to you. You can love, you can trust, who can stimulate you, motivate you, right? Be together so that you can reach the higher source combine. It's like I'm saying, the key and the lock. This is why we are here to meet our match, you know? And something that we are here to build houses and buy many cars and have 35 handbags and a selection of shoes, you know? That's how people think today. What is important? And I think that important are totally different things. The way you able to evolve in your life with your energy and what you can do with it. How you can heal yourself, how you can maintain health in your family, in your relationship and in yourself. And with that Eros energy, that's what's keeping you young. That's what stays with you. That is what is important. People looking for an elixir to stay young, you know? But they're not practicing this. And yesterday I was talking about erotic freedom, how people being free in their erotic energy. And they associate erotica or eros energy with genitalia action, you see. That is a very narrow understanding of sexuality, you know, and that's a very small topic to discuss. If we look at the whole body, there are a lot of systems out there, right? There are a lot of systems. And they all, of course, combine, and sexuality is that part when we getting, you know, that climax and excitement. Okay, this is, you know, that's the mechanism what's involved. But erotica in general, it heals the whole of your body and makes you vibrate in a way that you change your actions, your decisions, and you attract people into your life what you want to be with in a relationship. You create your own level where you want to vibrate on. That's how you recognize your people through that energy, because you see them straight away. You like them or not. That's what recognize it for you. You call this intuition. That's adult vibration. This is how adults operate. And if it's very, how to say, accurate and very sharp, and you really vibrate in that, you know what it does? It actually shows you direct way from the A to B. You know, it just tells you where to go. I am vibrating in this energy. What's happening with me is this, that every day I receive the information, I hear it loud and clear, where I should go from the point A to B. But I have bad habits and certain rituals which I want to change and just follow that, you know, just follow that direction. So I know the path and I know the information. I am accepting it. I'm like a receiver accepting the information. When I would not be accepting, I will be running in circles constantly. You know, there is a very long path. For example, where is my, I want to show you something. Where is my drink? Ah, okay. So there is a bottle. Yeah, there is a bottle. I can just go to the bottle and I just can get it, right? That's how you get. This is an adult understanding. You know, I always thought how people know exactly where to go. You know, I always thought because they've been told. The information is constantly coming. It's just people cannot accept it. That's how. Okay. That's how it's very simple. You don't need to figure this out anywhere. But when you don't hear it, you see, you go around that bottle million times, and you can't get it. You're just going around that bottle when you don't hear it. That's what's happening, you know? That's what's happening. So I'm talking about this and I'm coming closer. I'm coming closer to my goal with erotic energy because that's how adults vibrate. There is no erotic energy in a child. Actually, it's an opposite. You see? When there is adults who vibrate in a child's vibration, right? And child's, you see, children don't have a relationship, don't have any intimacy, and of course don't have any money. A little bit, maybe, that much. Right? And when you go into child's vibration, it's an opposite of being erotic and confident and on in your element and in your zone. It's an opposite of that. It's a totally different life. You see? And that is very important for adults to recognize how they fall into this, because everyone wants to change. And today I'm talking about the big changes. That's where the change has to happen, in your erotic energy, in your creative energy. What is erotica? Erotica when you feel alive, when you risk. That's where erotica. When you think that you are a rebel or breaking some kind of the rules. That's the fire. That's the power. That brings the meaning and depth and richness to the life. You would see around, and there are people who are minding their business and just coming home and watching the TV and then go to sleep, then go to work, then that kind of a life. And then you see people who are just rocking and living, going there, doing this, creating, figuring out, risking, doing this. That's the richness of life. And that is what's sexy for us. So in reality, we don't want to be rich. You see, it's not about money. It's about comfort, having enough, right? But when I go around and I see everywhere, oh, how to make this or how to, no, I don't think it's about, being rich in the financial or in, how to say, in the paper state or even in a gold state. I don't think that's the goal. You see? People think that that's the goal, but in the reality, people want to be free. Freedom. Freedom, and feel that freedom. So what's stopping us? The only thing what's stopping us from being free is fear. You see? And when I speak about this, I can hear myself loud and clear, and I very recently realized, I thought money is ruling the world. And then I realized, no, people are scared. They're afraid of pain, and they're afraid of emotional pain. And they're so scared. And that's what's ruling the world. Otherwise, if they would not be afraid, they would do everything. They could do anything. And they will change everything. So what I thought is that if they will start vibrating in adult energy, in erotic energy, it will help them to make a lot of moves, different moves, and evolve and come closer to what they want. It's not about being not motivated. It's not about being overthinking. It's not about any of that. These are just words. Okay? These are just words that people create more words and create more meanings. I'm not about that. In the reality, there is a fear which is locking you and holding you back. That's it. And this is you who's being courageous and overcoming and overtaking and doing new things. And doing new things and being erotic and being brave. And then you being brave, you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is hot. This is hot, this is sexy, this is me. Everyone wants to be sexy. When people come to have an erotic photo shoot, they don't want to be known sexy. And that's how I choose my artwork. Sexy or non sexy. To be sexy, you have to be in this element. You have to feel this. Like I say, if you're not confident in what exactly you are doing right now, it's visible. Your picture would not be sexy. Unless you are shooting in the way, unless you are shooting in the way when you are an object, just an object. You know, I was talking about erotic photo shoots, which are body portraits, which are boudoir. People don't have to, don't have to feel much. Okay, people just sit there and look, take a picture, right? It's that's enough for them to be sexy. That's the limitation. But the energy is frozen there. You see, being sexy, it means doing something absolutely, how to say, doing something, different. And then your face changes. And then your energy changes. You feel the heat. You feel excitement. You feel arousement. You feel something when you're doing something and you're not stopping. That kind of a photo shoot I'm talking about, when you are taking action. But what happens with majority is they want to be or just that, or they want someone else to do them for them. And what they expect is that the photographer is there to put them in a sexy mode. And guys, what thing is that if the photographer is female, she should contribute to this sexual state. They think that she should just go quickly, drop her camera, and go on her knees and somehow help him because he is, not performing, or, something happening with them. But if there will be a camera guy, they would never want this in a million years. They would say, no, 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 I don't want this. You see? So that is what's happening here in the studio. First, people are absolutely scared to talk about it. They cannot find the proper language to express what they want. Okay. When they use the language, what they express, they somehow hide the words. Okay. Or forget to say many things. Okay. And just assume that someone knows, or someone imagine, or someone has a sense of what they want. Okay. They're literally hiding. They're literally hiding. And very often happens in erotic photo shoot that they say they wanna book one thing, but in reality they wanna book a totally different thing. Okay? Totally different thing. I can tell you the example. If someone is booking something simple, oh, we would like just a simple session. How many outfits? 2 outfits. And then they come and bring 6. You know? They always think about something more, you see, and they bring, and toys they bring, and this they bring. Okay, they just don't say this, that they are going to shoot and they are going to do this. When they come there, they assume that this is going to happen anyway, but they are not being honest. And it's not because they want to lie, it's not because they how to say, they are liars. It's because they get used to not to express what they want, when it comes to erotica, to adult things. Yeah, 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 that's true what I'm saying. you know so this happens very often with me, right? Let me talk more about the change. Okay, what is happening in general? Erotica, it's about change. Anyone can change when they vibrate in erotica. What that means is they can redevelop, they can re-edit themselves, refresh themselves, retune, rebrand, whatever, revamp themselves. That is erotica. When you stay in one state, in one position, and do everything in one way or one go, that's not erotica. That's getting boring. And I'm feeling this so So, I'm very precise on this because I'm getting bored. If I'm shooting something and I'm getting bored, I know that erotica is gone. And I have to stop them and say, let's change, let's move there, let's do this, let's do that, so that they will start again and lift that energy level up. Okay, I can feel this. But they are, husband and wife, and they keep doing it. So practicing this new vibration, new sensations, new things with themselves, that is erotica. That is what people are trying to do, experiment and push new things. And it is very hard to experiment when there are some people who do not understand this. Do not understand. This is the way they do it, and it's fine. They don't need any erotica. Come on. They don't need anything. You like it, you enjoying, you are, able to, how to say, to finish. That's it. Do me situation. It is for some people, it is very hard to even go to that place when there is new things. And when they come to those places where there are new things, they expect me to do them, me to figure it out and push them. That's what they want, you know? So nature, you see, people surprised when they say, oh, she changed or him changed. Did you see that nature stands in one spot and don't change? It always change. We just, oblivious, blind. But there is a spring now, right? And it's just been winter. It's already a change, and it's not going to stay this way because the summer will come. And after the summer, there will be an autumn. And the trees which were bringing leaves and then dropping leaves will get higher and higher. They're not going to stay. They will get old. So, of course, you are not staying. You're getting old. Every one of you who is just watching now, getting old. Nothing will stay the same. Relationship also. It has to fluctuate. If you understand this in your brain, it is much easier to understand erotica, why this change is so inevitable and why we need to invite that change. Change, that's what revived us. That's where we get that new energy flow. Yeah. Change is when we get rid of, everything what is bad, dropping the leaves. That's what's happening. When you look at your family, everything changes. Look at your children. They are growing. Everything is changing. So that's what's happening, you see? So why not you? Why you not changing? Why you want to stay the same? Everyone is changing. And then they think this is really bad when they're changing, you see? Something happened to her. She's not like she used to be. She's got fatter. Or older, or not a young girl like she's used to be, you know and then they think that the change is something negative, something is not right, you see. And then what it is being old is not vibrate eros energy. That's when you're being old, you're getting old. You don't need any change, you don't need any new things anymore, you don't need to experiment. You don't need to find anything or feel something new. You already know. You already know how she is or who he is. You already know everything. That's what is being old. Because there is always new places to go with that person. And when some people are saying you can be with one person, but you can have different lives, and stages. And it's like feeling is like four people, or whatever. So that's where we need to look at, because every time our relationship also changes. People want to get back to how it was. It's like, oh, I'd like to be a baby now. I'd like to be, a child again. No, you don't think this way. You don't think that you want to go back. What adults think is that they don't want to get older and they want to get better quality of life. And better quality of life happens only when they vibrate in this Eros energy. Because that's what changes how they feel about themselves, about the other person, and what they create with this energy when they are together. What they create, how they can go with the spiral up and reach that climax. That's where they're going, you see? And the erotic photo shoot is about going somewhere with partner. You know, they make love, but I always notice when they start just doing it. When they start just doing it, I'll stop them because I can feel that this is not the right vibration. It's not an excitement. There will be nothing to watch there, you know? Just doing it. And there are people who would come and they, that's what they want. That's what they want. And then yes, they can just do it. Different people can have different things and different fantasies and different situations. Okay. But I am here to break old habits and create new rituals. That's why I'm making this erotic photography. That's why I'm talking about erotica. Because some people will think about it. Wow, actually, they do have a camera. Okay. And it is stimulating to create erotic content, to receive hot and sexy pictures, to have a language between you and him with sexy pictures. And like I say, erotica is not only about sexy pictures. It's about the communication and about the energy, how you present yourself, what you want to show, what you want to say. Now we don't say long messages. Now we send the emoji very short. We send the quick picture to describe certain things. Relationship have to have this photography included into their, how to say, intimate life, because that's how they can connect. That's another source of energy. And of course, it maintains information. It has coding. You see, there are certain codes about every move you make, what you think, how you feel, in what kind of mood you are. That's all the information. And when people are creating erotic photo shoots, I lay down that information from start to finish. In 1 hour, I shoot up to 200 images. Up to 200 images I shoot. Imagine how much information they get. This is not 3 or 5 pictures. In 2 hours, I shoot more. Of course, depends on the complexity, what they are doing, how they are doing, right? But that's the that's the event. The reason why I say this event, because people need to prepare. Because when they come to have an erotic photo shoot, they have an individual session. What that means is not only that I discuss their intimate stuff, private stuff, right? And not only I discuss how they will do it and who's gonna do what and who's gonna do when and how it's gonna be, but it's an event because I'm trying to capture every second of it. It's like when you're shooting in the wedding, it is important to capture as much as possible because that's that's the whole information of the wedding. What happened during that wedding, that's an event. How people they're feeling dressed, how they're performing, how they are with each other. You see, in my photo shoot, this is exactly how I feel. I'm not there to create few pictures. That's a evolution, that's a development because you are coming into erotic photo shoot with a suspicious mind most of the time. First, you are suspicious about yourself, what will happen. Second of all, you are suspicious because you've never done this before. Third, you are suspicious because you see you don't know how good you're gonna be. Would it happen to you? Will you perform good enough? What will happen in general? Will you fail? Oh my God, if you will fail, what will happen? And then what will happen, in a connection with the photographer? There are a lot of suspicion out there. there is a lot of triggers. When there is so many triggers, it is not like you are walking into a coffee shop, into a familiar place when you're getting coffee and a croissant and just relax. This is a totally different vibration you are in for some time. And people realizing that they need to go through it because they subconsciously they need some answers about themselves, why they feeling this way, why they need this, why they not confident about this, why they are worrying and nervous, okay, how they will go into that event with the conscious and confident mind. You see, there are so many things which are underlaying this, and when they experiencing erotic photo shoot, that's how going into a freedom mode, because all these inhibitions, all of this rubbish which was blocking you and holding you back, it will be visible in every picture. Because what will happen, you will see your still stiff body, stiff shoulders, stiff hands, stiff chin. Everything will be stiff. You will see yourself in the pictures that the hands are there, the legs are there. You don't know how you're posing. You're not even, not able to create something. And that is not because you only scared and nervous. This all embodied negative energy is coming out. People start making ridiculous shapes, when they're trying to express erotica and being free. And they have to do it in front of the camera. And sometimes it's even scary to look what's happening. That's why they need me to put them down and come back into the focus. And they're just losing themselves. And what they want, the only thing and desire they have is to look best, better than anyone else. You see, Claudia Schiffer situation. You know what they want? To look the most. And hot and sexy and slim and young and perfect and everything. And you have a professional equipment which do not have filters. Here I can put the filter and make my skin caramel, you know. At the studio I can make a lighting and tan people. That's true, but there are no filters you can put. I mean, there are filters, but they do not smooth your skin. It's not, it's not, doesn't work this way. You do it in a Photoshop, you do it in a post production. So what they want is they don't want to look at the raw pictures. Majority of them, when I start doing glamour photography, you see this ladies, they don't want to look at the raw images. They want to straight away receive the pictures when they're 20 years younger and the waist is very slim and the breasts are very perky and the bums are very how to say curvy. That's what they want to see. They don't want to even meet that raw file, go across this. And when they see this, they get scared because they're living in this illusion world. And especially now when we all will be taking pictures and just, use our gadgets, they can be all set up. And everyone is living in this delusional situation. You see? But anyway, coming to changes. Erotic energy gives you new possibilities. No, seriously. New possibilities, big time. Okay? Big time. For yourself to be self aware, to understand yourself, to see yourself. Okay? Erotic photography, in general, photography, it's a therapy. You're just doing a therapy for yourself and you are investing in yourself. You're healing yourself. You're recognizing yourself, you're improving yourself, you're accepting yourself, you're going through, all the situations that you've been through and evaluating yourself in a very realistic way. And at the moment, I'm using very little post production. Very little post production. I try to keep people, closer to reality, you know and I am using lighting, a lot of different kind of settings and lightings to bring different vibe. Okay, but I'm staying away from the Photoshop. It's a premium and extra service, and people need to book it separately. Most of the time I give, in the standard shoots, I just give the files slightly edited. Slightly edited because our eyes are not get used to anymore to see, all the blemishes around all the imperfections. We want to have a smooth skin, and we want to have, things removed. That's how it is. But that's a minimalistic impact. Okay, there is a situation when there is a heavy editing, heavy editing, and that's what I say. There are people who need that and want that, and everyone is different. Everyone is different. So what I'm saying is old habits. Old habits can be changed, and you can be seeing the world in a different way. You can stop disliking yourself, thinking that there's something wrong with you, thinking that that it has to be a lot of things to change about you. Okay. You do not accept yourself. You can change that just because it's just a thinking, just a thought. When you show yourself and how to say perform and present yourself in a different way, you can stop that, malaki. Masturbation situation, because some people are obsessed with the thought that there is something wrong with them, and when they think that there is something wrong with them, the world is thinking as well that there is something wrong. And when then something wrong is happening in their life, so everywhere, there is something wrong everywhere. You see, it's not that just in one place. It's not just in one place in your head there is something wrong. Then something wrong happening, and there and there and there, everywhere is something wrong. So what everyone is telling, and what I am saying, is that old habits have to be changed, and we have to think about positive things. That there is nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. You're perfect. And it should be this way. It's supposed to be this way. You have to be in this form. You have to be in this shape, because you're surviving this world. You're surviving this world. And accepting yourself, appreciating your body, because it's taking a lot of stress on you. It's a lot of, like I say, things are coming on you, and you have to survive and hold on and take that in. And that's why we are here, because we are accepting this. You see, nothing wrong is there. You are alive, then it means everything is right. That's what I think. And so, photography and erotic photography, which I'm creating here, is for new rituals for couples, and new rituals for individuals. The best therapy and the best communication, which is coming into our lives. Before, we were watching in magazines, yeah, somewhere, we were watching, it was somewhere so unreachable and so far. Now erotica is very close, everywhere, to be fair. Now everyone is undressing. Now people want attention. What they do, they undress. You see what's happening, right? And it's working. It's working. I cannot undress here because my video will be blocked straight away. But I'm not undressing. You see, I don't have to. I don't have to. Very often question what I receive from clients is, do I undress in the studio? Do I undress during the photo shoot? That's the most often question that I've been asked, you know? But because I come from the medical background, I see this in a different way, you know? I always say Do you know any gynecologist, urologist, or proctologist who will do a service vice versa on you? You know that no, it's a different. They see think that in medical field, professional field is different, and the photographer is not profession. It's a joke. You know, it's a joke. It's a joke. And, taking erotic photo shoots when people are undressing, when they are absolutely nervous, they are scared to do anything with their body, they even afraid to tell something, okay? And to make them perform to the highest of their possibility, that's very easy. To make them cross that conglomerate of how to say, of various, unpleasant thoughts, because only when they get rid of that, they have a different face. Their body looks in a different way, it performs in a different way, it's flexible, it's open, people are more relaxed, you can feel straight away that something changes about them with every step, with every time when I change the lights or put them into testing mode or do something with them. They are getting closer and closer to that moment. And everyone has this certain time they need to go through. Erotic photo shoot is not a straightforward operation for people who are doing this first time. And this is oblivious to think that, I'll just get now a driving license, sit in the car, and in the first time I will be like a absolutely amazing driver and a Schumacher, right? But somehow with the photography, they think this is easy. Then they start to perform and they realize that this is something, no, there's something happening with me. What's happening is That's what's happening. People need time. People need time to start taking good pictures. And yes, I can take pictures straight away and they're going to be good. But when you are feeling and when you are in the state, on the confident state, in your element, and you just taking pictures and just doing, there are two different processes and two different results. They might look same. They might look same, but when you're feeling for you, you're cheating yourself. It's as simple as that. If you cheated. Maybe photographer do not care and you undress and so on. But I can feel this. That's the problem with me. I can sense how other person feeling. And if he is not enjoying and if he is in doubt and he is shy and he is scared, I know that we are not making any erotic photography. We are just going there. And I always want to see and see what happens next and to reach that point with every person. That is my goal because that's where the gold is. The best energy lies when people are in their element creating erotic photography and understand that they are so relaxed now that they can do it. Adults can do it. Children can't. What happens to children is they shoot erotic photography and they still unhappy. Children, you see, in adult body, they look at themselves and they constantly see only imperfection, only what is wrong with them. They see a different perspective. They're focusing on a different thing. That is why I start making art and using different lighting variations to distract them so they would not see this way. You know? Perception. That's the problem. Moving into perspectives. You see? That's the goal in erotic photo shoot. I would like to thank everyone who is here today and quickly answer those questions if there is any, and finish my chit chat about erotic. And today was a conversation about the change. Erotic photo shoot is always about the change from you being, how you call this, con 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 separ- con this, you know, this. You take those pills not to get pregnant. How you call this? Can you quickly write this? Sometimes the word stuck on this phase, you know, when you are. I don't know how to translate this. Let me Google. Let me Google. Contemplative. How you call this? Um, you know this face when you know it's not sexy. The face which is not sexy, okay, and then you change person the way he sees himself, the way he contemplative. How you call this? Okay, you see, too many languages in my head, too many. And I am that kind of a very persistent person. I keep thinking about that word. Concept. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna tell you about this word. Right, very quickly then. Hi, hello. I'm saying hello to everyone. Hi, hello. Hi, hello. Hi, hello. I can see a few messages. I'm just saying hi very quickly. Thank you for watching. What is this? Wow, some ha ha ha. I am keep thinking about that word. Woman taking tablets not to get pregnant. What is this word? Concept. Can I join your live? To invite someone, I need the reason. You know? I need a reason. That's how it works. You know? Women need a reason and men needs a place. That's how it works. Pills. Let me check pills. Not to get pregnant. How you combine pill and a pill? Contraceptives. Oh my gosh. Prevents pregnancy. How you call them? Contraceptive phase. Here we go. Contraceptive phase. Contraceptive phase. That's how I call these people when they scared and nervous doing erotic photo shoot. That's what I call it. Okay. That's how I am. I need to find out that word and remember, so that's why we took that time. Hi, hello, hi, hello. Hi, hello. I don't know why is this so many. Every move you make, I'll be watching you. That's that's up to you. Have you ever filmed couple swinging? The answer is yes. Yes. All good. Yes, all good. Contraception. Yes. I already find out. I haven't checked at the end, but yes. So contraceptive phase. It's the phase when we starting erotic photo shoots. Most of the time it's very true. They can see themselves in the file. I don't know how to show it. But they go backward, double chin situation, you see, and that's how it is. There is a contraceptive phase. Everyone has it, almost. Okay. So yeah, so that's how they start shooting. That is why I'm saying that change is inevitable if you're working a certain time with that person. You can leave him in that contraceptive phase. I can tell you one time, which is not professional, okay, now, but I can tell you what I did to one guy. There was this couple who arrived and they were pregnant, okay, and she was very heavy. She like she was very big and very heavy, and every time I saw that I'm moving her around, it just for her is such a big effort, and she is trying to pretend that it's not and show that it's okay, but I could see how heavy it was for her. So she arrived and sent me a very gracious, very, beautiful pictures. but she arrived too late. You shoot pregnancy around 5 months, but when you arrive 8 months, some ladies are seriously heavy there, and it's very heavy for them to move, and they keep a lot of water in there, so they blown up. Okay, and so that was the situation, and this guy, this guy, he was just disturbing the shoot with his contraceptive phase. Every time I shot, he just had one face, and she's moving this way and this way, and he has the same face. And I told him a few times the comments, and I came and I said, look, we already made that many pictures, and in every picture you have the same face. I said, can we change? Can we do? And I'm moving him around, and I'm doing this, and so you know what I did? I came and I slapped him. I came and I slapped that face. I don't know what came on me, but he just pissed me off. And then he was like in the shock. And I said to him, oh, look, the face changed straight away. But I told him maybe, I don't know, 20 times, maybe more. I stopped the shoot and I said, this is, you will get all the file with one face. And he never done the shoot. He was so scared and so shocked. He had that contraceptive face, which wasn't, a good thing. Didn't look. You see, contraceptive face is not sexy. It's not nice. You just scared face. Come on. We are 1 hour and a half into shooting, and you are keeping that contraceptive face, and I couldn't change it. So I slapped his face. I slapped him. Okay, and he changed. Of course, he was in a shock. Of course, he was in a shock, and I did it just once in my life. I thought this is, oh my God, it's so unprofessional. I did not realize why I did this to him, but it happened to me. That's how much he didn't listen to what I say. And you see, I don't like to repeat many times. I just lose my patience. Now, with years after this happened at the beginning of my career, now with years, I'm much more patient. Okay. But I remember this guy. And I had to do this. You see, I am in this vibration. I take and I risk. I risk for art, and I did it for them because I can tell you, they wanted successful shots. She was doing her best. She tried her best, and I knew how hard it was for her to be in that state and perform. And he was just didn't match any. So I had to take this. I'm trying to justify my moves. It's unprofessional, but anyway, that's what I take. That's what I do. I slapped his face, and believe me, I have such a heavy hand that I can slap properly, So that's what happened to him. And yes, and then after we had the great shots, and yes, and I even had the baby shoot after, so everything fine. They were not upset. They realized that it was a result, and I showed them in the pictures, and I proved them that this specific method worked for them, and I don't use this method anywhere, right? But it worked visually. It was a big difference with the slapped face or not. But the reason I think this slapping worked, because it relaxed his muscles. He was so nervous and so intense, he couldn't do anything with his jaw. Sometimes the jaw is locked, you see, and you can even move it. So someone needs to someone needs to relax the jaw. That's what happens, okay? And I'm just saying, contraceptive phase. That's something what occurs all the time at erotic photo shoot. And people have to get out of it, out of this, when they release things out of their body, the face changes. It's the same happens what happens in intimacy. You find an angry and upset woman who is shouting, right? She will have this contraceptive face, okay, especially when a long time nothing happened, right? And then you make love to her, she will have the most, shiny, relaxed, beautiful. It changes in your face. You see that energy. That's what I'm saying. That's where the youth is coming from. That's where it's coming from this energy. I know that marketing is trying to push us, to pump us with a lot of information. We need to drink this, we need to put the cream, we need to, to do this and to do this to look young. No, you need the fucking energy. And I don't want to swear it, but sometimes I want to make a point. You just need to lift that up and bring that up. That's the whole point of it in our life, to be fair. Okay? To be and stay in it. And of course, blossom. You see, blossom. Spring is coming. That's why I want this blossom to happen. Right. Thank you so much for you being here and asking me something. Okay. Asking me something. And see you next time. See you maybe after tomorrow. I'm not sure. Tomorrow is going to be maybe hard. Maybe hard, but maybe it's possible. We will see. Okay, but I will be talking every day about erotica and erotic photography and the things what's happening before erotic photography, during erotic photography with people, real people, how they feel and what I experience with them, right? Thank you so much again and have a good night. It's late here. Let me just say bye in here. Bye for now and maybe see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching here. Let